All right, so we are sort of midway through this solo chorus that's supposed to be emulating a big band. And we just did the first 8 bars of the structure of Fly Me to the Moon. And we are once again at this spot where in the original, in the melody of the tune, where it came up, in other words, but we're going to orchestrate it a little bit differently on the guitar. We're going to say, like, and this is something that I experienced a lot when I played in big bands, so that the first 8 bars, that was the full band. And now for the next 8 bars, we're going to let the bass player play the melody of the song. So now the bass player is going to play as if he's playing a solo, in other words, and going to vary the melody a little bit. So let me show you how that's going to happen. So we were playing all this very big chords, and now we're just going to reduce to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me show you. So that's like bam 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 bam. It kind of sounds like, in other words, right? Please be true. Let me show you how I do this. Slide the first finger. I'm doing a lot of third finger, and then eventually I switch it to the first finger, and then I go. Okay. And then I've got a crazy little fill that I like to do. Let me do it in context, and then I'll go through it slowly, because this is what I showed you slowly was the melody, and now this is a little fill. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can leave that fill out if you want, if you don't feel comfortable playing it. That's a triplet. Please look at the tabs on the screen. Then A string. Now I can do that kind of stuff because I played a lot of jazz guitar. If that's really new for you, please don't get stuck there. You can do this arrangement perfectly. You can just go. You can just do that, okay? That's fine. You don't have to do this complicated noodly stuff the way I do it. Next, we're going to do voodoo. In other words, here's how I do this. Slide on the 5th string. Okay, so that's 10th fret. Now watch what I do. Open E, harmonic, 4th string, and now I do chords for the last couple notes. Okay, and then I do my sus chord. Okay, and that will have given us the first 16 bars of this solo chorus. Let me play you this new stuff, starting from the bass player playing, in other words. Let me play that for you nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that would have been the end of the first half. Let me put this together now, the solo chorus for you. Okay, and let's play the whole first 16 bars. Okay, so we're coming out of last little piece of the intro on the head. This is the one at the end. Solo chorus. First 16, watch what happens. Again. This is now the second half. Same thing. Okay, then we're gonna and then we're going to end that phrase, that next, in other words, please be true. We're going to end that a little bit differently, okay? And so I think I'm going to show you that in a video all by itself. We're going to go to the next video to tackle that. And so by the end of the next video, we will have done the first full solo chorus. Okay? So, like I said, before you go, anything in this arrangement that I'm doing that is complicated or too hard for you to do, leave it out. Make it simple so that you can just groove through this as easily as possible. You can always thin it down. And this is a perfect example. If all you can do is go... That's all you can do, and you can't do that lick that I do, that's fine. Nobody cares about that except guitar players, except us. Okay, let's go on to the next video. All right, so we are now on the second time that our little big band bass player has a melody that comes to the forefront. And it's going to be like the second ending of the song. So it's going to echo this melody. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. It's going to be that part of the song that the bass player is now kind of playing. Okay. Let me show you what I do. This is going to have extra little riffs and stuff. Again, I will show you what you can eliminate if this is too tricky for you. Okay, so don't sweat any of this. We're going to get a version of it that you can play comfortably. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to play it up to tempo, and then I'm going to break it down for you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and. That E minor chord is the beginning of the last chorus. Now, this probably sounds very noodly and very jazzy to you. So let's break it down nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, and. I think you can get that much. Okay, I think you can get that much. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the essential part. Now the next noodly thing, if you've got the technique to do this and it's comfortable, I go like this. And then open E. Okay. I reiterate, if all you can play is in other words, please be true, then that's fine. Okay. And then this little riff that I have at the end, which I've recently changed, sort of, I go. That's the first part, and then that's pretty tricky. Let me do that for you slowly. Then now watch this. First finger, open E, 12th fret on the 3rd string harmonic. It's kind of like a bluesy riff going, but I'm doing it with open. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is play the entire solo chorus for you in context, because we've been learning it broken up over the last couple of videos. And so just to review, it's going to be 8 bars of this big band thing, right? Then 8 bars of the bass player. Then again, 8 bars of the big band. And then the bass player again with a different ending. Okay, so here goes. 1, 2, 3, and. Again, second time. Second time the bass player. Go on to the next thing. There's one more chorus. And getting into that, we do some diminished chords and then a big E minor chord. Okay, so I can't stress enough to you that I don't want these lines to become I don't want that to prevent you from playing this arrangement. I've done lots and lots of exercises so my fingers hit these dead on. And if you're starting out with fingerstyle or you haven't really played that much kind of stuff, you can just do the melody of the song as the bass player. Maybe fill. I think with practice you could probably do it like that, and it's no different to the listeners. Maybe even it's nicer for the listeners. So, okay, let's go on to the next video, and this is what I call the shout chorus. All right, so we are now at the final chorus of Fly Me to the Moon. This is the finale. It's what's called a shout chorus. So a shout chorus, it's kind of like the band, the big band or the solo guitarist, does something that's very big and bold and rhythmic, and it's as if it shouts out, hey, everybody, listen up. Okay, so I call this a shout chorus because I play this with a little bit more power, and it's kind of like a finale. And it's only going to be for the first 8 bars of the chord changes to Fly Me to the Moon, and then we're going to sort of mix the shout chorus with the original song for the second 8 bars. So let me give you an idea. I hinted in the last video as to these diminished chords leading into the song. So let me build that for you to give you an idea where we are. First, I'll show you this diminished chord. 4th fret, 2nd string, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then a, okay. This is supposed to sound like a B7 flat 9. And you're going to slide it up 3 frets, not 4 frets. So now I'm at the 5th fret. So let me give you an idea coming out of that last little bass melody where these diminished chords are going to put us, and we're going to resolve on the downbeat on an E minor chord, which we're going to play actually like a rasguiado, a flamenco. Okay. 1, 2, second time. The shout chorus. Okay, let me do that for you one more time, just from the last part of the riff. Ready? 2, 3, and then we're going to be into this shout chorus thing. Okay. So that big E minor chord is the downbeat. That's beat 1. Let me go blow by blow now. E minor chord. Then we're going to have this diminished shape. Don't let this throw you. This is just a passing chord. The harmony is still E minor. We're just doing it to put some harmony on that note, because then we're going to end up here again. It's right. And that diminished chord is going to actually get a backstrike. It's going to fall on beat 2. So we're going to go. See what I just did? I'm getting as much of it as I can get and muting the rest. Then. Now this part is a little tricky, but it's very beautiful. You're going to have to work on this. This is a melody that I kind of took from a very famous Wes Montgomery solo on a song entitled What's New. So watch what we do. We go, let me give you the melody part first, and then I'll show you how the fingers interact. Now watch, holding the B. Okay, so we're going B, ba, ba, ba. Then same thing. Isn't that pretty? Okay, but now of course that's with no groove. I've got to show it to you with the groove because I do some triplets and some bass notes that land in funky places. So take a look at the tab that's on your screen and I will play this slowly. I find the best result to be to do these all with the index finger. Common sense would tell you to do it with the index and middle, but I get a cleaner sound with the index finger. I don't know why. So be sure to spend a little bit of time figuring out how to get your fingers best placed on this, okay? 1, 2, 3, and... Okay. So you'll probably notice that there's a bass note that falls in the middle. Let me show you. Sort of you go, and then there's a bass note here. Let me sing it without playing it on the guitar. Blank, blank, go blank, 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 go bonk, gonk, gong, bang, bang, don, dog, don. Can you hear the chick it to chick it to chick it to chick it back? Chick it to I'm making them short so you can hear the rhythm. Bon, dang, do go dang, chick it don't dang, do go dang. See where that little low A is coming in? It's a little bit tricky. Okay. So let me show you the rest of the fingerings that I'm doing through the chord progression. Then I slide this down so I have my third and fourth finger here. And then same thing with the D string in the bass. And then I do something kind of weird. I play thumb with the G with the thumb and a hammer on. How do I do that? Hammer on the second finger, and then I grab the third string, and then I do a little passing note, and it's going to go to a C chord for some more arpeggiated madness. Let's do this one more time slowly, okay? One more time, just so you can watch it. 1, 2, ready, and... so I hope that you can hear how that rhythm relates to the 12/8. Okay. So now, let me show you what happens when we hit that C chord. We're gonna play those notes in groups of 3. We're gonna go. Now this is without bass notes. I just wanted you to hear the melody one time. Okay. And these are all on offbeats. So here's the 1, 2, we're going bang, bong, bong, bang, bang, bong, bang, bong, bong, bang, 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 bong, bong, bang. In other words, and then we're going to be home free. So let me show you. Let me show you what's happening here. Going down. We're going to have this A going to stay there. C goes down to B. Okay. Then 7th fret, 3rd and 4th finger. And now watch this. I know you're confused. Don't worry, I'm going to get you through it. Okay. It'll be clear when you hear the flow of the music. So let me play it one time up to tempo, and then let's slow it down. Okay. A 1, 2, 3, and. Okay. Let's do that whole shout chorus. Okay. I'm going to do the whole thing up to tempo. We're going to go over it slowly. So don't worry. I want you to get a sense for the flow of how this sounds. A 1, 2, ready, and. See where that left us when I sang In Other Words? Now I'm going to do it real nice and slow so you can play along, okay? 1, 2, 3, and. Whoops. Show you what's happening there at the end. It's like an E minor chord, then both B's together, and then okay. So then we're going to go into the whole In Other Words. Okay. So let's go on to the next video where I help you put together this full shout chorus, and then we'll get to the end of the song. Okay. Okay, so in the last video, I showed you the basic 8-bar thing with these arpeggios and this shout chorus thing. What I'd like to do now is put this whole shout chorus together and get us into the very last section of the tune, which I call the tag, which is something that Count Basie did quite a lot. Okay, so I'm going to run this shout chorus, the full thing, and you'll see how it ends, okay? Because now this is shapes and things that you've already seen. So here we go. A 1, full shout chorus. 2. A 1, 2, ready, and. Now watch this. In other words, you remember this? Hold my hand. So this is just like the regular tune. In other words. Now again, the shout chorus. The shout chorus figure. Okay, now let me show you what I do here. And we don't do the, we don't do that, we go. Now check this out. Okay, so that's getting out of the shout. Let me show you that again. When we get to the C chord, okay, second time. Okay, then let me show that to you nice and slow. Switch down to the G. And instead of doing the typical B7 thing, we just do a bar chord. Okay. Then, in other words, please be just like we did. Now we are at what's called the tag. Okay. So let me do this whole shout chorus one more time, and then I'm going to stop where the tag starts. Okay. One more time through. Shout chorus. 1, 2, 3, boom. Shout chorus again, the shout chorus figure. But now, in other words, please be true. Okay, I went bum, bum, bum. And that's going to get us into the tag. Okay? Let's go on to the next video where I show you the tag. Okay, so now that we have finished the shout chorus, we are at what's called a tag. And let me explain to you what a tag on the song is. And Count Basie does it a lot, and lots of jazz groups do this. Miles Davis does it. A tag is something that happens at the end of the song where instead of resolving and hitting that last little satisfying part of the melody, we get into kind of a spiral of just a couple of different changes. And through this, intensity can really build. Okay? And so, for example, let me sing you a tag and play the changes to Fly Me to the Moon so you just get the musical idea without getting all the guitar confusion. Okay? In other words, please be true. In other words, and now I'm tagging. In other words, this is a tag. In other words, I could go endlessly. And you see, I'm in this set of chord changes that this thing could just keep rolling and rolling and rolling. And so I've built a tag with some riffs over it in the style that I'm familiar with from listening to the Count Basie records. Okay, so let me show you how I get into the tag. Okay. I'll show you the material for the tag, and then I'll present to you how I get into it. So the first thing, just play this one time slowly with me. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. Bum, bum, bum. That's the 3rd fret going up to the 5th fret. Okay. And then we're going to have this bluesy figure that will fit over A minor 7 because that's the change. 2nd and 3rd finger. 1st finger back here. 2nd string is open. So we're going to go. Okay. And then switch the thumb to the 4th string. Leave everything on the left hand. And then bar, 5th fret, and okay. Now that's out of time, of course. No groove. So in time, it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, did you see the back strike in there? Right there. And I like that sound of the open B in there. Next phrase, boom, boom, boom. It's going to be like that. So 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then there's a chord that's going to come after that, kind of an uncommon chord. It's a B minor 7 flat 5. Don't let that freak you out. Bar the top 3 at the 3rd fret. Basically, we're still going to play the same blues riff in the upper strings, but we're just changing the harmony underneath it. Hear that? Okay. Now watch this. We're going to change. This is a cool jazzy E7. It's you probably know the sound from Jimi Hendrix, right? But this has an extra note in there. It's the same chord actually. E7 sharp 9. We're going to go. And then, oops, I'm off the screen. Okay. Then, so let me play that much for you. 1, 2, 3. Kind of missed that one. There we go. Now a similar thing. Show you what that is. Same thing on the A minor 7 now. Then octaves. Then I'm barring the top 3 strings there, playing a B, and then I usually slap the E there. it's getting more intense. Same thing. Again. And then we're going to have a little variation after that. So here we go. Let me play this whole tag now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it from the end of the thing that came before it, so you can hear it starting in context. Okay? Oh, 1, 2, 3, and. Here we go. Okay, and now from here, we're going to be on to the second and much easier part of the tag, which I will show you in the next video. Okay, so we're now at the second part of the tag. This part is way easier than the first part of the tag. So if you've gotten this far, you're pretty much home free. Let me show you just what the chords are first, and then we will add the rhythm, because now it's just a question of playing some right hand rhythms on some chord voicings. The first one is A minor 7. Okay. I'm playing open. And then watch what I do. I leave the second and fourth finger down. I grab the B flat, and this third finger now plays in the second fret over here. That's a B flat diminished. And then you slide everything, first, second, and third finger up. See, pinky stays, everything comes up. Okay. That's a G7 chord with B in the bass. And then back. So those are the 4 chords. But I'm going to do some rhythmic stuff on the right hand with those chords. And just to let you know, if I'm playing here with the right hand on the top 3 strings, you might see that I'm not plucking the 4th string. But the thing is, just in case something crashes into it, this note will sound perfect with the chord, rather than an open string. So don't let the tabs on the screen fool you. It might look like it doesn't make any sense. It might look like there's more notes over here than what I'm playing over here, but it's fully intentional. Okay. Let me play through it once, just so you can get an idea. Okay, because I do like a ba-boom bap kind of thing. I do boom bap boom 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 bap boom boom bap boom boom bap. And sometimes I'll do. So sometimes I'll do like a more ba-boom bap ba-boom bap ba-boom bap, or I'll do like a 12/8, like chick like what I just did. So let me perform it for you. And this, I'm just going to jump right into performing it, because the idea here is that you discover some right hand grooves that you can just do with these voicings. This happens twice, I believe. Okay, so here we go from the tag. Let's do the whole tag so you can hear it. watch this. Again, we're coming down now, Bill. Or that's how we're going to get out of it. And then there's going to be this cool little riff at the end, which I'm going to show you, okay, in the next video. So let me do that slowly for you now, just so you can watch some of the stuff that I do. And it's not exactly the same every time with the right hand. At this point, I'm pumping and I'm jamming. So there are some concepts that I rely on, but it's not like classical music where it's the same every time, okay? Let's do it from the whole tag. A 1, 2, 3, and 4. And take it from here. Okay, so now we're coming up on the tag. Whoops. And boom, backstrike. And then we're going to do a cool single line lick and a count Basie ending after that, okay? So this is for you to use all the experimenting from the Ba-Boom Bap concept video on that last part. Okay, let's go to the next video where I show you the ending riff and the song ending. Okay, so at this point, we have done the tag of the song, and now I've got this riff that I play that I took from an Oscar Peterson record, and I'm going to try to show you how to do it. There's a couple possibilities for fingerings. You're going to have to practice this one. We're going to do this riff, and then we're going to end with a count Basie ending. So I'm going to do this in time for you first, and it might seem fast and complicated. Don't worry, I'm going to slow it down and break it down so that you'll be able to practice it easily and understand what's going on, okay? So first I'm going to do the second part of the tag, and then when I start doing these single line riffs, you'll know that that's what we're going to do on this video. Okay, here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, so that's it. Now here's how I play it, and you'll need to experiment with right hand stuff. Maybe your thumb feels good, maybe your fingers feel good. First riff is going to fit over A minor 7 to D7. Boo-doo, boo-doo, boo-dee, boo-doo, boo-be-ya, de-ya, da-da. Okay, ba-oo, boo-doo, boo-dee, ba-oo, boo-doo, doo-doo, da. That's the riff. Let me show you how I do that. Okay, so even though I'm lined up in 4th position, I'm thinking A minor. Those are the first notes, and then I sneak in there with my first finger and grab that E. Okay. Then I sneak back with my pinky. Okay. Let's get that much. The slurring is very important. Bow right there. Bow, bo, do, do, da, bing. Because if it sounds da 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 da, that sounds corny. Bow, bo, do, 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 do. That sounds cool. Now this next thing is going to look pretty stretchy. It's more of my hand slightly jumping from position to position rather than doing a big uncomfortable stretch. So watch what it is. Sixth fret, 2nd fret, 5th fret, 3rd, 4th. Meaning it's comfortable on the pinky here. Then it jumps back to comfortable position. And then I'm just 1 fret per finger. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I added that out of jazz habit. And in case you've spent 9 million hours practicing that, then you're ready for the next one, which is the same thing, 2 frets up. It fits on B minor 7. Bo, bo, do, bo, da, bo, delia, 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 do, that. Same thing. Okay. Then we're going to go back down to a new riff on A minor. The first part, then, okay, then watch this. And then a kind of a muted note or a D. That probably makes no sense out of time. Let me show that to you. The last A minor riff, let me show that to you in time. 2, 3, 4, again, 2, ready, and. 2, 3, 4, all 3 riffs, and. Okay, and then we do a Count Basie, typical Count Basie ending. It might be a little hard to see my left hand. I might have to, see, here it is. It's G, C, 15th fret, 13th fret. We go, pinky stays, first finger comes down to the 11th fret, and then 12th fret. You've heard him do that on the piano way up high a million times. And then a 1, 2. So here it is, the full riff. 1, 2, ready, and. Let me do that for you one more time. Coming out of the, let me do the, just for fun, I'm going to do the full tag. What we covered in 2 videos plus this ending, just so you can hear that whole thing in its entirety, okay? In other words, here's the Tag part 1. Part 2. Here we go, riff is coming. That's it. That is Fly Me to the Moon. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and congratulations. You've made it through all the Fly Me to the Moon videos. And this is a lot of information. And so I just want to remind you, check out the PDF help file. It is the structure of the song with tab lines, so you can scribble stuff in if you need. And it's got the chord changes, so you know at which point in the tune you're making your scribbles. In this video, as the farewell video, I'm just going to talk down the form really quickly. It's in the help file, but just in case you get some clarity from this, I'm offering it. In the broadest possible sense, let's step way back. You've got an intro. You've got the tune, which is 32 bars pretty much. You've got then the next 32 bars, the next chorus, which is various solos, big band and bass trading. It's 32 bars. It's one time through Fly Me to the Moon changes. Then we've got this last chorus where we're doing shout chorus, and then the, in other words, regular melody, shout chorus, and then in other words, regular melody. So that's 3 sets of the 32 bar tune, then a tag, and then the ending. Okay. I'll go in a little bit more detail for you. I'll just play it. I'll hint at the sections now with some playing. This is the intro, right? I showed you 2 ways to do this. And then we're in the tune, right? That's the tune. All the way through to the end. In other words, then there's a little piece of intro. Then we have this solo chorus. And there's going to be, this is the first half, bass solo. And that happens for a whole tune's worth, 32 bars worth. And then we have that final chorus, shout chorus. And in other words, okay? And that takes up a whole chorus worth of stuff. Then we have the tag. Please be true at the end of that stuff. This whole business, right? And then in the very last video, we just did the final riff that comes out of the tag, the Oscar Peterson lick and the Count Basie ending. And so I can tell you honestly, this one, as I play it for you, it's really at that stage 4 for me, because meaning I can play it almost without thinking about it, because I've played it for a really long time and practiced it a lot and eliminated things that are hard and focused on things that are easy and grabbable for me. So feel free to change this arrangement to make it easy for you. You don't have to play it exactly the way I play it. Okay, I just want to say thank you so much for being a Study with Adam member. Thank you for watching. God bless. And email me anytime. And if you want to work on this one with me, just start uploading videos and I'll help you get through it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. God bless.